everybody, I am back with another vegetarian recipe today. This one has been tried and tested by the fussy husband and he highly recommends it. I've in fact made it, I don't know, 10 or 20 times. He really likes this one. But I'm going to try and make it really good today, and I'm going to get him to rate it again at the end of the video. I'm also going to try and not crop my head off this entire time. I really appreciate all the feedback that you guys gave me on my first video. It means so much to me. I really need all the constructive criticism that I can get. Follow along. It's really easy, this recipe. It is delicious. It's so cheap. I personally, for 2 people, don't even use a full butternut. I'll only use half a butternut. Oh, I haven't even told you what I'm making. So I am making a vegetarian butternut curry, and I just use half a butternut for 2 people. So the meal is that cost effective that with the other half a butternut, roast the veggies, and then I'll put it with like a roast chicken another day, or for some nourish bowls or Buddha bowls or mexi bowls. So it works out to be a really cost effective, tasty meal. So this is my go-to recipe when I'm wanting something healthy but I have no energy to think what to cook. I've only got a few ingredients left in my fridge, because generally butternuts, onions and tomatoes is the staples that I always have in my fridge. Often friends will message me asking for tips on how to eat healthy or healthy recipes, and I always give this recipe. It's just so easy, so yummy, and it really is, it's quick and it's cheap and it's healthy. So it's like everything that you'd want in a recipe combined. I'll quickly run through all the ingredients so that you can see what you need for the recipe. So I've tried to put the ingredients in the order that I use them so that you can try to see what goes in the recipe. I've got oil or coconut oil, an onion, the butternut obviously, curry spice, tomatoes, your herbs, and then you'll notice with a lot of my meals I have double cream yogurt in the fridge all the time. This is a healthy alternative to make the recipe really creamy. And then chilies, because chili goes in all of our food. Some chickpeas, and then I'm serving it today with quinoa, but you can serve it with rice or cauliflower rice even if you wanted to. As you saw, I had 2 piles of butternut, so I'll actually put the 1 pile in a Tupperware, and like I said, I'll use that for something else. And then I usually pre-cook my butternut in the microwave with a little bit of water just for about 10 minutes, or else the meal can take really long to cook. But if you've got the time, then you don't need to do that step. It's just if you're in a hurry. It'll probably bring out a bit more flavors if you let it cook the whole way through. I just find it softens it nicely if I just pre-cook it for about 10 minutes in the microwave.
G-Squad live!
Hello! Okay, there's no ways to get my face and the food in at the same time, so I am going to tell you what I'm doing. So I cut all those things while the butternut was cooking. It's just finished, as you heard. So it's another reason that this recipe is really quick, because while the butternut is pre-cooking, you're cutting everything, then the butternut's done, everything goes in the pot, and then you can let it simmer and you can go sit on the couch or do what you've got to do. So I am just frying the onions in some coconut oil just till they get nice and golden, and then I am going to add in a little bit of the curry spice, and then I'm going to add in the tomatoes. Apparently a trick to making a really good curry is layers, so doing different layers of spice at different intervals. I don't have all the different layers, so I'm just doing onions, curry spice, tomato, curry spice, butternut, curry spice, and that's my layers. Also, what's really missing in this recipe right now is wine, so I'm going to pour a glass of wine. Just added the curry spice. You need to stir quite quickly now and make sure that you don't burn it, because it absorbs all the moisture really fast. And once I've let that simmer for about like 30 seconds, I'm going to add the tomatoes. Who else still has wine left? We are down to our 4th last bottle. Our gin and our rum is finished, our beer is finished. We've got a little bit of whiskey and then some wine. And I'm feeling really nervous now. Every time I open a bottle, I'm like, does this occasion warrant a glass of wine? But it's a Friday. It definitely warrants opening our 4th last bottle. But yo, the end is in sight for our alcohol, and I don't know how I feel about it. Next up, tomatoes. By the way, I've made this recipe without tomatoes and it was just as good. I'm trying to make it really, really nice tonight. So I'm hoping to get an 8 or a 9 rating out of 10. I've made this recipe just with the bare minimum when my pantry's been really, really empty and I needed to whip up something. I've just used literally onion and butternut ones with the yogurt and rice. I didn't even put the chickpeas in. The chickpeas are a great option to put in though. I try not substitute that because it is a source of protein. And if you're not eating meat at all, it's really important to still get your source of protein in. That's pretty much the recipe almost done. All my ingredients are in except the yogurt. I'm just letting this simmer on a medium heat with the lid on for maybe about 5 minutes, just to get all the flavors absorbed into the butternut. Alright, so the camera's back down here because I want to show you that I don't really use a measuring system and the amount of yogurt that I add in. I've also just added in the garlic and the chili. And now I'm going to add the yogurt, add a few more spices, a little bit more curry spice, and then I'm just going to let it simmer for about 15 minutes until all the flavors have absorbed and the butternut is perfectly cooked. That is why I love cooking with yogurt. It just makes everything so creamy. I use it often as well to make yogurt dressings for my salad. It takes the salad to the next level from being boring to being really flavoursome. While this is cooking now, so I'm going to put it onto a really low heat, and I probably used about a third of the yogurt, about so much of the yogurt. That is my measuring system. So while this is simmering, I'm going to get the quinoa cooking, and then about 5 minutes before you serve it, you throw in the chickpeas. I put about half a tin, and then I'll use the other half a tin to make hummus. Pretty much done. That whole thing took me about half an hour, including cleaning the kitchen. Just waiting for the quinoa to cook. Usually I would actually have put that on earlier, but I was a little preoccupied with taking the videos. So you could actually have this all done in 20 to 30 minutes. I add the chickpeas now. I've got about half a tin. The other half I have put in a Tupperware. I'm going to make some hummus with that tomorrow. And then I'm just going to let the chickpeas cook in for about 5 more minutes just to warm up. And then when the quinoa's done, we're ready to eat. And like I say, really, really quick and easy. Hope you enjoyed again. Everybody, this is our Cleo cat, the most loved kitty in the world. This is Grant. He's
Hello,
got
yellow.
crazy lockdown hair.
Day 8.
He's into what's his name?
Butternut has been keeping me very busy over this past 3-4 days. This meal apparently I must rate this one. Since it's level 4, day 8, we shall give this an 8.
Yes! I think it could maybe even get an 8.5. That was like one of my best ones.
If there was some chicken and some butter in it, and then it was a butter chicken, then it could be a 9. Did you tell them what you got me for doing this video?
A cake. Oh, subscribe, like, yes, subscribe. Tell them to like them. Tell them. Thank you everybody for watching. Bye from Cleo, bye from Giselle, bye from Grant. Bye. Where's the voice?
Hello, yellow. Lockdown day 4.
100.
The 107 level 6.
make it really, really nice tonight. I'm hoping to get an 8 or a 9 rating out of 10. That is going to be hot. Tell it, yes.
The recipe will be up above in the corner
Or
this way.
down, I don't know.
Who
I
knows?
just
You
subscribed
should.
in and